project demonstration, our system gets vibrations and temperatures data from the physical sensors in the wind turbines. Whenever these data are out of ordinary, we will trigger high-risk alert output stream, which will in turn trigger a process in our commander. For the sake of this demonstration, I have made a simple mock file that will be sending some really high-level vibration and temperatures. This should in turn invoke a process in our commander, as we can see here. If I go inside here, the first thing it did was to check if the item is already under maintenance. And as we can see from the database here, the turbine was normal. So now we have to manually accept the case. And this is done by a shift supervisor that is on the 6th day. When that happens, he has to also analyze the threat level manually. This is because sometimes the data are not enough to actually say a wind turbine is broken. So if the guy confirms as a real threat, then we will actually mark the item onto maintenance, and then we will generate a maintenance work order. This will trigger another process called maintenance work order, and we can also verify from our database, if I refresh this, that now the status is under maintenance. In order to make a maintenance order, someone has to say which are the required parts. And just to show that in our inventory, I currently, let's say, have 0 of main shaft bearing set, and then I said main shaft bearing set. Let's say then since not all items are in the inventory, we need to first get the items. Now this will invoke a spare part procurement. As we can also see, now this is awaiting the parts. This will invoke another process right here. And this process will wait, make a purchase order, and then wait for either order confirmation or the order confirmation will be late. For the simplicity of this project, I am just going to say, let's say we have order confirmation, and this is with this purchase order ID right here. And if I go to my postman, I can actually just say this order has arrived. Send. And now as we can see, the order confirmation has happened. And now we're waiting for shipment. Same with the shipment. Let's say whenever the system gets the shipment arrive notification, then it will be sending spare parts has been already acquired, and this process will end. Now, if we go back to the previous process, the spare parts have been acquired, and now we're waiting for reserving a technician and the vessel. So let's say we come here and then reserve a technician on a certain date. And then complete the task. This will in turn now mark the turbine under maintenance, as we can see here. Now it's ready for scheduling, and now finally this will invoke a DCR process. So this is how our DCR looks like. This DCR has to receive the work order, and it actually depends on the 2 external sources like weather data and the grid demand data. So depending on the weather data, and like on which weather is it good to schedule the maintenance, and depending on how much demand there is, we will process the request. And as we can also see from our code right here, we're using the API from the DCR graphs to invoke or at least simulate the DCR. And the logs here also suggest me that, okay, we have fetched the weather, and we have also fetched the demand periods, and it has detected these pending events and executing these different events. So, the other 2 processes that we have is routine data analysis, which happens every single day, which happens every 24 hours. It gets the average data from the last day and does a data quality check. And similarly, we have an emergency shutdown. In this case, This case is a bit different than high risk alert, as if it's extremely severe, then we immediately shut down the wind speed. Due to lack of time, I'm not able to actually demo this, but these are also really similar to the previous ones. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.